So Gordon and Susan, thinking back 5 years ago now, close to, what finally convinced you it was the right time to make the move into a retirement community?
Well, we were living in a 4-bedroom home, and I was finding the upkeep of the pool and the garden, the mowing was getting a bit too much, and I sort of indicated to Susan that maybe it was time to at least have a look at maybe moving on to a smaller place, even a retirement village. And so we came in, had a look, and here we are, so to speak, and we don't regret it one bit.
I wasn't particularly thinking we'd move at that time to a retirement village, but I didn't want to move into a smaller house and then have to change again. I used the pools here. I had a pool at home before, so I didn't want to go into a house and not have a pool. So, that was, some of the driving decisions. But it was sort of, for me, a bit, we're going from a big house and a big yard to a small place. But actually, I haven't found it that hard at all because we're in an independent villa and we've got a lot of land and, nice bushland to look over. So it'd been good, yeah.
How good is it to have a pool to use that you don't actually have to look after?
Well, it's fine. I used to make him look after the pool anyhow, but but it's great. I mean, there are 3 pools here, so you're spoilt for choice here, yeah.
So what was it that convinced you to finally make the move into a retirement community?
My wife has a few health problems, and I'm getting a bit older. I've had a couple of open heart surgeries, so the family said, you're moving, and that was it.
So the family were really involved in helping you make that decision?
Oh, they are very supportive, yes.
Did they actually help you move though? Or just...
They did help us move. They moved everything. We didn't have to do a thing.
Lovely,
there.
Very good. And happy you made the move now? So in a short time?
Yes, we are happy.
Mm-hmm. So what was the first impression of life in a retirement village for you?
Well, I think it was the fact that we didn't have to maintain our place as much as we used to. It was a very relaxing atmosphere. We knew the support was going to be here. It was a question of making an early decision, and I think it was the right decision to make. And since we've been here, we've really enjoyed ourselves.
And you're very actively involved in social committees and things. I am
very actively involved with a number of activities, that's right. And now I'm sort of embarking on a new project, which is in the hobby shed. I've always been a keen person in making model trains, and Avera have been very kind to us in providing a section of the old workshop to construct this layout, and we're about to start.
And when you moved in, Fiona, I'll talk to you about this. Did you, were the residents really welcoming? How did that sort of work for you? Yeah.
Oh, very friendly. Everybody around me, my neighbours have been excellent. I'm also the village rep there now for my area. And we have quite a social scene.
So Graham, in the short time that you've been here, have you met many other residents?
I was a bit hesitant when we first moved in, because we'd never lived in a unit before. But everybody around is friendly, and yes, we're getting to know people as time goes by, mainly through the dining room at the moment. But
Fiona, some people are really concerned there'll be a lack of privacy when they're living in a community. Is that something that bothered you?
Not at all. You've got your choice. You can either be involved in everything or not. So privacy is great. My home is mine, and I can choose to stay indoors or be outside and mix with people outside, but it's very private. They don't look into each other. It's very comfortable.
That was one of the things I was a bit worried about too, but we haven't found that a problem at all. And I was a bit worried about the noise factor between units, but we haven't found that a problem either.
So was security something that was really important to you when you're considering the move?
Yes, definitely. I'd had 2 or 3 break-ins before in my previous home, and I was always very nervous, so now I feel very safe and comfortable.
And I think also security is very important for the single residents in the village.
Do you often have friends and family come to stay?
I have my grandchildren coming to stay, and they're happy to come. I like to just have one at a time though, preferably. So.
Do you guys have family come and stay?
Yes, just mainly grandchildren, and they're all young, so Sometimes we have two. They're quite young. The kids love it. They can go to pools and different things with you as well.
One of the things a lot of residents talk about is that ability to lock up and leave and know that the home is secure while you're away. How important was that for you?
You can just sort of drive out knowing that the place is secure, and when you do come back, everything is as it was before you left.
Also, you know your neighbours. Here, the neighbours always keep an eye out, or they'll water your pot plants, or do that sort of thing. Even though we've got all the village security, you know people next door that are handy, and we do it for them, of course, too, when they go away. So that's really good.
How much has the maintenance team helped you while you've been living in the village?
It's fantastic. You put it in the book one in the evening, it's fixed the next day. It's brilliant.
And they're quick to respond to any requests that you might need attending to.
One of the most attractive features of this village is the gardens and how beautifully maintained they are. Was that something that was important to you, that you could enjoy gardens without necessarily having the maintenance of them?
Well, the unit we're living in, certainly front and back, overlooks bushland. So from that point of view, and it's something that Susan really enjoyed, it gives you that privacy as well.
We have two neighbours that look like they've created a botanical garden right next to us, so it's gorgeous.
So, as important members of families, are pets welcome in the village?
Oh yes, I wouldn't have come if I couldn't have brought my dog. My little Alfie, he's everything to me.
Did your expectations of what retirement community life would look like match up to the reality after you moved in?
Yes, I think so. When we did move in, we found that it was a great situation, didn't we? We didn't have a problem.
Absolutely, and I think it's the best move we've made, and certainly with no regrets. We find ourselves in a more relaxed atmosphere. We can enjoy life, meeting new friends within the village, and just participating in all the activities that are being offered.
And I mean, people said to us that we moved in too early, a lot of our friends in the community, and we didn't think that at all. Other people that have now moved in around us, who've come older than we are, they've said, they wish they moved here, 2 years or 5 years ago, because they all love living here.
How much has your day-to-day life changed since you moved in?
Well, it's changed because I don't have a home to maintain, and yard and garden to do. It's all done for me here. I'm involved in quite a few things here as well, so I've got that free time to enjoy anything that's offering here.
And Susan?
The same. When we moved in, we only had one grandchild. We've now got 4. So I've got a lot more time to do things with family, but also we're involved with quite a lot of activities in the village that I wouldn't have had time to do if I'd had my garden, we'd had our pool, we'd had a big home. The maintenance is fabulous because we'd been through things with hailstones coming through our roof and, all those sort of things that sort of maintaining your home. And that's why Gordon was so keen to come in rather than me, because he wanted to get rid of all those worries about having to do those things.
So Fiona, what's the one thing that you found really useful when you were making the move to a retirement community?
Without a doubt, the restaurant. I'm able to go there as often as I choose and take family and friends there. It's excellent.
Gordon?
Well, I think one of the benefits here in particular is the fact that there is a medical centre. If you do need some emergency attention, it's only a phone call away.
Obviously, the facility around being able to provide future care for your wife, but was there anything else that made it really worthwhile for you to move?
Well, because of a wife like that, she used to be a really good cook, but she doesn't now, and being able to go to the dining room for our meals, it's all beneficial for the way we are now.
So downsizing from a big family home is a massive exercise for anyone to undertake. Did you get help from families and friends, or did you seek any professional help, or did you do it all yourselves?
It was a very big move. We'd been in our place for 23 years. And of course you always have been upsizing till that point. So you have a lot of things to change, get rid of. Yes, our family helped us a bit, but not, even though they're around, we didn't really involve them too much, did we? No, but we did it, and we were glad once we got here.
I can remember 2 truckloads of clutter being carted away because when you move from a 4-bedroom home to a 2-bedroom, things have to go. And so having to make the decision on what goes and what stays is always a bit hard, and there's sometimes some sentimental value. But, we got through it.
Fiona, was your experience similar?
It was, yes. Once you made up your mind to move, you've got to get rid of it. And once your family come and claim the things that you're storing for them, it's much easier. But you do throw out or get rid of a lot of things that you probably could use when you're here. I've still got a lot to get rid of. And I've bought things as well. So it's an ongoing thing. Once your stuff's gone, it's gone. You don't miss it that much,
So when you were downsizing from the home to the unit, was it nice to get rid of some of that maintenance equipment that you don't need?
Some of them, yes. My wife misses some of them, but our children have got them in the Forest Lake in their homes, and they were looked after all right, so yeah.
Did you sell the lawnmower?
I left the lawnmower in the shed for the new owner. I don't know that he's too good at gardening, but from what I've heard of our neighbours.
Did you have to sell your home before moving in, and how did?
Yes, I did.
How stressful was that process, and how much did the team support you through that?
Oh, excellent. The sales team here were very patient. I had to go through a number of open houses, which is an awful thing. But the sales here were fantastic. There was no pressure whatsoever. Once my house was sold, then it was arranged for me to come in.
And Gordon and Susan, how long was that process for you?
It was a fairly long process. I mean, we, as Susan mentioned before, we started around about Christmas time looking, and we eventually moved in June, and it was very close to the to the end date, but we managed to sell in good time. But it was a bit of a struggle at times, and we had to do a bit of work on the house beforehand just to make it more saleable. And
It was probably not the right time to start doing what we did, but we weren't particularly thinking about moving. But the staff here were great. They didn't pressurise us or anything. So we did have the time to do it, although I'm not saying it was a great experience, but we don't have to do it again. So that's the best.
And what about you? How was selling the house? Was that an easy or a hard thing?
It was quite easy. And we had 6 offers on the day, and so we chose the one that eventually bought it. Yeah, so it was quite easy to sell.
Susan, when you started looking at retirement communities as a living option, what kind of research did you do?
Well, we spoke to our financial and legal advisors that we've had for some years. We were advised that through our salesperson here that we should get that independent advice. So, it wasn't anything that we should hide, or, we should know fully what we were committing to. And then as far as looking at what costs were in our sort of monthly fees, Gordon did a lot of research in that area, because there were significantly different costs that we had at home in our other home, and just this one fee here. So that was it.
And Fiona, did you research any part of the contracts or compare them to other villages at all while you were looking?
I found the contracts very transparent. Sales were very helpful and open. I did get independent review on it, and everything was satisfactory. Also, the living costs, it weighed out in the end as well. So the comparison, I think I'm in front.
And did you and your family research other options?
Yes, we did have a look at others. Some were very poor compared to this. Others we couldn't afford, so that's how we made our decision, yes.
And you mentioned that the contracts were very clear and easy to understand. Was that your experience?
Oh, the contract was, yes, easy. We've got a very intelligent son-in-law, and he did most of it for us. We certainly looked into and made sure of what we were getting into.
Fiona, what types of support and services are available to residents here, and have you had the chance to use any of those?
No, I haven't, but my brother has. We've had to call the nurse at night a couple of times to Doug when he's had a fall. and they respond immediately. Fortunately, I haven't had the need to use anything yet, but it's available to me. We have our vital calls if we need it.
So there's a lot of support services that are available through some government funding. And Susan, I think you've got access to some cleaning once a fortnight through Commonwealth Home Support packages.
Yes, because I've had arthritis and quite a few operations on my joints. I just need help with cleaning. I do a lot of my own light cleaning, but I have someone that comes every fortnight to help me do that, which is great. And yeah, I just applied through My Gov, I think it was. Was it
My Aged Care?
My Aged Care. My Aged Care, that's what it was, yes. And somebody came out and spoke to me about the difficulties I was having and arranged for me to take on a service provider, and I just deal with them, and you know, it all works out very well.
And that's easy to arrange with them coming into the village and all that for you?
Yes, yes. You know, there's a lot of people that have similar services. You just deal with that particular service provider if you're happy with them, and you know, just pay them. It's not very expensive because it's sort of worked on your incomes and things like that. It just takes the load off you to do the more difficult things.
And you're in a service department, so you've got the meals provided, and you have weekly cleaning
Cleaning once a
included
week,
as well?
yes. We don't have to do too much that way.
And that's worked out well for you?
Yes, they're doing a very good job.
So what's the one piece of advice you would give to someone who's considering a move into retirement?
Well, I think people should know you don't have to wait till you retire to come in. You can come in young enough and enjoy all the facilities and be part of it. I think that's important, plus the security for me.
Yes, I feel that, you know, whilst you're still able, and before, you know, your health deteriorates, that's the time to make the decision to move. And certainly moving into a retirement village such as this one is the move to make.
Yeah, if I could give anyone a piece of advice about it, I would say don't put it off. You know, sometimes people move too late, and there are so many things to do here, and it's a choice of a lifestyle choice. It's you know, you do away with all the things you don't want to do in your home, and then you've got more time to do the things you do want to do here. So yeah, so I'm sure that we're happy that we moved in early, so it's good.